This is the chilling story of Timothy Joseph McGhee, a Northeast Los Angeles gang leader from the Toonerville gang, whom police themselves described as a monster. McGhee harbored a deep hatred for law enforcement and chillingly boasted in his rap lyrics about his love for killing. In January 2009, McGhee was handed a death sentence for the brutal murders of two rival gang members and the girlfriend of a third. This followed his conviction in 2007 for the gang-related shootings of three individuals between 1997 and 2001. The jury also found him guilty of the attempted murder of four others, including two Los Angeles Police Department officers who were caught in a pre-dawn ambush in Atwater Village while pursuing other Toonerville gang members. Even in a city sadly familiar with gang violence, McGhee's crimes stood out. For years, authorities say, he orchestrated a reign of terror across Northeast Los Angeles. As a key figure, a shot caller, in the long-established Toonerville gang, McGhee didn't just target rivals, he sometimes killed indiscriminately, reveling in the act of taking life, a sentiment he chillingly expressed in his rap lyrics. He openly taunted law enforcement and even orchestrated a sophisticated ambush against two LAPD officers. Even while incarcerated, his violent tendencies persisted, inciting jail riots and assaulting guards. Following one attack where an officer survived, McGhee chillingly remarked, "Next time I'll have to stab him." On that fateful Friday in January 2009, McGhee, once a most wanted fugitive, stood shackled as Superior Court Judge Robert J. Aperi delivered the death sentence for the three murders. Despite defense arguments about his difficult childhood and being a father, the judge deemed execution the appropriate punishment, stating that the 35-year-old treated killing as a perverse sport, like hunting human game. Judge Perry declared him a committed killer and an obvious danger to society. Police and prosecutors painted a picture of McGhee as a thrill killer, one of the most feared members of the Toonerville gang, which has claimed territory north of Los Feliz Boulevard since the 1950s. The prosecution's case relied heavily on testimony from former gang members, including accomplices, as well as other witnesses and crucial ballistic evidence. The fear McGhee instilled was so profound that several witnesses had to be relocated for their safety, and others were compelled by court order to testify. Some rival gang members even recanted their initial statements against him once they faced him in court. During the penalty phase, further evidence emerged, linking McGhee to a fourth murder, the execution-style killing of his own friend, Christina Duran, who had cooperated with police. Duran's videotaped interview was instrumental in convicting McGhee for the 2001 murder of Margie Mendoza, a 25-year-old woman fatally shot as McGhee and his associates sought revenge for a fallen comrade. Mendoza's boyfriend, a rival gang member, and another woman were also wounded in that attack. Incriminating evidence included McGhee's girlfriend's dropped cell phone at the scene and a neighbor's recollection of a gunman with a distinctive eagle ant snake tattoo on his shaved head, a tattoo McGhee himself bore. The jury also found McGhee guilty in the deaths of Ronnie Martin, a 25-year-old rival gang member shot 28 times in 1997, and Ryan Gonzalez, a 17-year-old from another gang, killed in 2000. Deputy District Attorney Hun Chun chillingly noted that McGhee possessed a quality often seen in serial killers: he seemed to enjoy killing. While defense attorneys argued that some witnesses downplayed their own involvement by exaggerating McGhee's role, their appeals against the conviction and sentence were ultimately unsuccessful. Police also suspected McGhee's involvement in other killings, including the shooting of a 17-year-old boy sketching by the Los Angeles River in September 2000 and the subsequent death of a homeless man who may have witnessed the crime. Although initially charged with 9 murders, 6 counts were dropped due to an unreliable witness. Authorities highlighted McGhee's disturbing tactical awareness in planning attacks. In a particularly brazen incident on July 4, 2000, McGhee allegedly used a police scanner to track officers Thomas Baker and Carlos Lingarica as they pursued Toonerville members. The gang members created roadblocks with debris and then ambushed the officers with gunfire. While neither officer was injured, the intent to kill was clear, and McGhee was convicted of their attempted murder. Officer Lingarica recalled fearing for his life during the attack. Even before these convictions, McGhee had a history of violence and incarceration, including a conviction for assaulting a peace officer. His release from prison often coincided with spikes in crime in the Atwater Village area. He even took police science classes, seemingly to better understand law enforcement procedures. McGhee's reign of terror finally came to an end in February 2003 when he was apprehended in Bullhead City, Arizona, after being on the U.S. Marshals Service's Most Wanted list. At the time of his arrest, he displayed a chilling lack of remorse, even wearing a t-shirt that read, "Fugitive. Can't see me." The case of Timothy Joseph McGhee serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of gang violence and the terrifying capacity for cruelty within individuals like him. His conviction and death sentence marked the end of a long and bloody chapter for the residents of Northeast Los Angeles.